Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to ZSR 4 and welcome to the Link to the Past All Dungeons Restricted Major Glitches League 2024. What a title. We have Palace of Darkness round 1 ahead of us, and we have a banger matchup with Krithel going up against Doomtap. And who could possibly provide even more insightful commentary than our very own Rob J. Beasley doing this today as a solo show? Take it away.
All right, thank you for that very kind introduction. Yeah, I'm hoping to be able to follow along on this one. Two very good runners.
No pressure
Krithel Krithel is a very accomplished runner, and Doomtap is, as of a few weeks ago, the current world record holder for this category. So yeah, should be a very good one. Looks like we're getting underway. All right. I believe these two players will be using the same route as well, which definitely makes it a lot easier on me to follow along with what's going on. And yeah, unlike with all the no major glitches races, you might have seen me commentating before, where we usually say not a lot's going to happen here in escape. Well, a couple of things. One, it's not going to be escape, and two, things are going to be happening pretty soon. Yeah, so once we walk into the Uncle drop down and grab ourselves a sword, we're gonna start the glitching pretty quickly. I'm gonna start with a jump, save, and quit to set up exploration glitch, which is a glitch that we are allowed to do on the overworld only in RMG categories. Let's see if they're going to be going for Uncle Jump here, or if they're just going to do the easy jump, save, and quit in the castle. Looks like Krithel is going to do the safer version. Doomtap is going for Uncle Jump and is well on his way. Yep, there we go. So we get a little peek at the time save there. There's a pretty well executed Uncle Jump. So now we're going to be setting up Lonk, which is like a glitched state for Link. In order to get into it here, we need to take damage on the same frame that we enter, or get damaged into the door here to the castle. So yeah, Doomtap looks like he gets it there. Krithel not far behind here. Ooh, this guard's going left. Yeah, oh. Yeah, unfortunate. Happens sometimes. Let's see what the backup plan is from Krithel. Yeah, looks like he's just going to be going back in and saving and quitting again. Unfortunate. Sometimes that guard doesn't play along. But yeah, we see from Doomtap now who got it. Climbing up to the roof of the castle, getting damaged by the Aghanim barrier, allowing him to walk past this guard and then hop down back into the correct layer, and is now free of Hyrule Castle. And that's like the point of these few glitches we've just done, is to get out of, like usually we're locked into Hyrule Castle until we complete escape. Okay, looks like Krithel gets Lonk this try. Doomtap, meanwhile, has done a little clip here to get into the water, fake flippered. Okay, did not get stuck in the trees there. That looked a little scary to me, but that might be fine. Yeah, he's going to be grabbing a bottle from the back of Tavern here, which is going to enable a couple of things a little later on. So our first dungeon that we're going to be beating in this all-dungeon speedrun is Eastern Palace. Which you'll note that Doomtap has gone on to the absolute wrong side of the map for Eastern Palace. So how do we fix that problem? The answer is, of course, more glitching. So we see a clip up to here, then we can walk off the screen here, which will wrap us around to Eastern Palace. Have to be very careful on this overworld screen. As you can see, the camera's also kind of broken. We're not actually where it looks like we are on the map, but if you move right at any point on that screen, you will hard lock the game. So Eastern Palace interior is going to be basically as it always is in any category that that plays the dungeon, like any RMG or NMG category. Does Eastern essentially the same? Looks like Krithel is also going to be entering Eastern. Okay, there we go. I think Krithel might have made up a little bit of time since the the long failure. Slightly awkward Stalfos RNG from Doomtap there. It's like Krithel's now through the Stalfos spawn room. In that room, we can kill the Stalfos in there before they spawn. If you move the right way and throw some pots, you can only have to kill 2 of the 4 and kill them kind of before they properly spawn in. Doomtap has got the big key damage boost there. You can use the invincibility frames from getting damaged to get past the anti-fairies and skip having to do that room the normal way, which requires you to kill all the enemies. And Doomtap gets the bow. You'll notice he's already grabbed 3 pots with arrows under them. The arrow route can be a little bit tight in this category. I think we're going to be seeing... well, certainly Doomtap regularly does in runs, but possibly Krithel as well, being like, extra certain to grab as many arrows as possible. I think like before the Almost Knights fight coming up, Doomtap will make sure that he has a full quiver before the fight. It's like Krithel is through the big key room as well. Gonna be grabbing his bow and heading to the back as well. Looks like Doomtap got a little bonus arrow drop in the doorway there, but yeah, you need to get all 3 drops there to actually get back to full without... You need to win 3 coin flips in order to get to full arrows there without having to grab one of those slightly out of the way pots. Alright, one dungeon down from Doomtap. Krithel is also in the back part of Eastern here, not too far behind. It's like Krithel is not going to be grabbing an extra pot here, so going to be a little tighter on arrows. Alright, but a nice clean Almost Knights fight as well from Krithel, so... Yeah, after that initial problem with Lonk, has a pretty good Eastern Palace there. Doomtap has grabbed his boots from Sahasrara, is going to be coming back into here and grabbing some bombs and 1, I believe, of these 2 rupee chests. Oh, looks like it's both. And that might be dependent on drops in Eastern. I'm not as used to watching this route. Druid needs to buy a potion in a minute, and they might cost 60, which would make sense for the reason to grab both rather than just 1 there. Okay, Doomtap having shooting a couple of arrows there to get the clip up here to the Witch's Hut. If you move wrong on that previous screen when you transition the screen, you can lock. Yes, that is 60 rupees. That's why he needs to grab both chests here. I'm not sure if there's like enough. If we need any more rupees for anything else from these chests before, but it's like I think okay, Krithel grabbing both as well. So yeah, that potion will come in useful shortly. It's like, okay, Krithel not quite getting the fast clip in there, but... Okay, Krithel doing the safer version of that. If you scroll the screen to the right first, you can like get rid of the hard lock risk. All right, Doomtap now doing DMA, Death Mountain Ascent. So the little flip we can do there to skip the glove to get into the old man cave and climb Death Mountain with the old man. And that's just to get the mirror, and then we're going to be going into Palace of Darkness through the back door. Right, Doomtap here, setting up a trick called Kiki Yeet here, because we yeet ourselves across the map there, and it's just a slightly faster way to get into the cave we're looking to get into up the mountain. Now we get to do Kiki Skip. So cool, because we get to skip paying Kiki the monkey to enter Palace of Darkness. Although I feel like that name is kind of bearing the lead, in that we skip a hell of a lot more than just paying the monkey. We should need quite a bit more equipment before we can get into Palace of Darkness legitimately, but here we are. And I say we're in Palace of Darkness here, but because we clipped into there from a cave, we're still in what we call cave state here. Like the game tracks like a variable for the dungeon that you're in. Because we didn't enter Palace of Darkness correctly, it believes us to be in a cave, and we can do some funny things with that. Including right here, we're getting the big key, but because we're not in Palace of Darkness, we don't actually get the Palace of Darkness big key. We get a cave state big key. It does a few things for us, but most notably, it means that we get a few other big keys for free. But the problem with that is that we don't when you open that chest in this state, there now isn't a Palace of Darkness big key. We cannot get that, so we have to open the door to Helmasaur in cave state while we have a working big key. But then we have to come back later in actual dungeon state in order to beat the dungeon legitimately. So the cost paid for this route is having to spend 2 trips into Palace of Darkness instead of just 1. But yeah, the gain is getting to skip quite a few bits of other dungeons because of our free big keys. And yeah, here we are coming up on the defining trick of this route, really, the basement clip, which will be done twice. Once right now in order to open the boss door, and then again later to get back to the boss door, because there are other big key doors that we will not be unlocking that we need to skip. It's also just faster than going the other way. Alright, Krithel, okay, getting slightly out of position here on the hover to the hammer chest. This is a really tough hover. You've got to be very precise, and you've got to keep the hover up for quite a while. There it is. I think he might have clipped out of the railing there, though. Yeah, unfortunately, he's going to have to walk through the dark maze. Alright, looks like Doomtap's basement clip is complete. Yeah. So yeah, there we see the opening the boss door and then immediately saving and quitting. So now we are going to see escape completed. We can do what we call river clip here. To, again, kind of sneak into Hyrule Castle through an unintended way. Another broken camera, and yeah, this is the door to the Hyrule Castle right entrance. Alright, looks like Krithel accidentally ascending the staircase here, trying to get his basement clip, but as long as you don't drink your potion... There we go, okay, yes. If you make a mistake whilst drinking the potion, things can go kind of badly, but this is fine. Seeing some rupees picked up in the basement as well there, which will contribute towards the money we spend on the flippers later, which is another bonus of this route. You can skip one of the 2 300 rupee chests that we see later. Alright, Doomtap coming through escape here. using the hammer strats. Ooh, this guard's being a bit of a bother. Alright, looks like Krithel's basement clip has been pretty solid as well. Just the last step here. Bomb yourself down, then dash through. And yeah, we see there Doomtap not killing the ball and chain guard and walking straight through the door in the cell. This is because the Hyrule Castle big key is one of the ones we get for free. And then saving and quitting after picking up Zelda here will reset our dungeon entry point, so we can just mirror straight to Sanctuary. You see Doomtap there grabbing onto that torch to save a few frames of text there, but, like by despawning Link's shield, because Link's sprite doesn't display the shield while you're grabbing things. One less object on screen will speed things up ever so slightly. Alright, now we continue with this category's front-loading of a lot of the difficult stuff. We're going to see the early hookshot next. The Tower of Hera big key is another one that we get for free from Cave State big key, so it's like a pretty big time save there, not having to go into the basement in Hera, wait for all the tiles and grab that chest. So we can immediately climb here, go and grab the Moon Pearl, and then do some more trickery to get a hookshot. Right, looks like Krithel also now done with escape. Alright, so the first thing we're going to see here is a dash citrus into the wall there. Really well done from Doomtap. Very quick, very clean. Yeah, getting into the position, teleporting down into this room. Alright, now we've got a trick called Fake Clippers, because it involves fake flippers and a clip. Alright, gets the fake flippers. It's into position here. Alright, very good. So yeah, firing off those arrows and bombs is a way to set an index that allows us to delete the like the splash animation, which means we don't get kicked out of the water for not having flippers. So yeah, Doomtap's now on into the Thieves' Town split, which is kind of like the end of what I would describe as the like the really tough early game in this category. Like the Thieves' Town being the last hard thing here, just because of how much or how little health we have come into the split. It's like Krithel unfortunately getting beaten up by some beetles. Beetles continue to be one of the most annoying rooms in the game, no matter what category you're playing. There we go. Isn't that always the way? When you mess up, you always do the room perfectly second try. Alright, Krithel coming up now on the early hookshot. He's doing a slightly different setup to get into the position for the dash, but also gets a very good clip. Alright, Krithel gets it nicely as well. So yeah, Doomtap coming along through the Thieves' Town here. Thieves' Town is pretty similar to how it looks in RMG, though there's going to be a couple of little differences in the back half. Obviously we also have a weaker sword, which isn't a huge deal here. We haven't got to fight many enemies. And Blind, the boss of Thieves' Town, actually takes the same damage from any sword, and indeed any weapon. Doomtap doing a little safety menu there to read the RMG from that Ebo, I think they're called. Is that what those are? Alright, so yeah, this is one of the rooms that's different from AMG, because you've got to... We don't have a glove at this point, so you've got to kill all the enemies here. We can't just pick up the block and go down. Got to actually fight our way through the door. Ooh, slightly scary here from Doomtap. Being on one hit to these enemies. Alright, so now we get to remedy our glove problem by going straight to the Titan's mitts here. We don't actually need them for all that much in the category, but we do need them in a place or two. Krithel also making his way through Thieves' Town now. Ooh, a little unfortunate there. He went for the hookshot iframes, but then then got blocked and still took damage. Alright, blind down from Doomtap. Krithel gets through the attic there. Avoids the very scary crickets. Krithel's still on bombs here. You might see a little strat at the start of this room. It's like Krithel doesn't go for it. You can throw a bomb down and kill that Stalfos with it a moderate amount of the time. Alright, so Doomtap's out of here now, going to be grabbing a Tempered Sword. Here we've got a little trick called Frog Door. We can mirror here to grab our book, and then we can, if you tap A at the right time, you can sort of start a talk with the frog without having to pick up the rocks. There is like one frame if you press A wrong where you can hardlock, but Doomtap knows well enough what he's doing here and gets it correctly. Krithel unfortunately getting the miscellaneous arrow drop there, which is a little unfortunate spot to get it in because Krithel's arrow count is looking a little low. Alright, Doomtap turning in his sword. Fortunately, the game didn't expect you to be able to get to Smiths without having at least Master Sword, so it doesn't actually check what sword you've got. You can just hand them any sword and they'll temper it for you, so we don't need Master Sword before we can get tempered. Cute fence dashing from Doomtap. Like Krithel has also slain blind. So yeah, Krithel falling a little way behind here, but like a lot of things can happen in this category. It's very swingy. A lot of like very risky things to be done still. So anything could still happen. Doomtap into Skullwoods now. The Skullwood split here will be essentially identical to the No Major Glitches run. And here's Krithel's Frog Door, and gets the talk. Alright, Doomtap approaching the back of Skullwoods here. See if the Fire Snake did not want to cooperate, couldn't get the full length of the room key dash. Ooh, Krithel getting the bonk, unfortunately. Fence dash claims another victim. Alright, modular fight coming out from Doomtap. Looked like a good double hit to start the fight for me. And Moth being a little bit uncooperative by staying on the top wall, but Doomtap deals with it fairly well. Alright, Krithel picking up the Fire Rod here. Doomtap's going to go ahead and save and quit. Finish off Hera next, another dungeon that we've already dipped into before, but in this case we have to come back up the mountain with a book in order to get the Ether Tablet at some point. So it's marginally faster to save beating Hera until then, so that we can use the Tempered Sword for the fight. Here we see the Hera pot. Can flip ourselves slightly into that pot there, hookshot the rest of the way in, and skip to the top of the tower. Right, Krithel getting a clean path from the Fire Snake there. Able to dash right along the room. A little bit of a problem here with the mummies, having to go a little bit slow. Doomtap's got the Moldorm kill. Probably the shortest and easiest split in the category here, the Tower of Hera. Nice little break before we get back to some harder stuff. Okay, Krithel's got to be kind of careful here. A lot of the things in this fight can do 2 hearts. Contact damage from Moth and the beams. Okay, that was terrifying, but nicely done actually. Alright, Doomtap now on the way to Misery Mire. Once again, you may be noticing that we're a very long way away from Misery Mire right now. So how are we going to get there quickly? Well, we break the camera like this. Clipping back to the top of the mountain. Entering the Dark World. And then we can come down here and set up what we call a super jump. So we come across here, hop down. And again. And now we're in Misery Mire area. And yeah, we're doing all that with a broken camera, but now Doomtap into Mire. Krithel here back into Hera, being chased down by that mini Moldorm, having to take some evasive action, but manages to preserve super speed state. So Misery Mire, another dungeon that's going to look pretty similar to how we do it in No Major Glitches, the exception being how we can perform the spooky action glitch in the back of the dungeon, because the normal way we set up the altitude variable is to do with the bird dropping us off when we flew to Misery Mire, but we did not arrive via that way in this category. Doomtap getting a bomb drop from the slug there, not sure if that's actually useful or not in this route. Okay, Krithel taking us like a route I don't think I've seen before at the beginning of this screen. Seemingly everything is the same from here. Gets the super jump. Misery Mire, another one of those dungeons that we'll be doing on a little lower health than we would be doing it in RMG, which is important in the second half of the dungeon because we do take a lot of deliberate damage here. 3 hearts from the spike key here, and then well, 4+ hearts depending on how well your fight goes against Vitreous. Alright, so here is AD Spooky. We throw a block into a pit here as the way of setting up the altitude. I'd be interested to see if Doomtap is going for Spooky 3 or not here. There's a couple of setups that you can do to get it, but it's also very reasonable to skip it. We can't do Spooky 1 here either. Okay, this looks like a setup for Spooky 3. That looks good to me. Alright, Vitreous time. Very good fight. So yeah, Doomtap preserving a lead of around about half a split. There's about 2.5 minutes difference at the end of the hero split. As far as I can tell here, no big time has been lost in Maya by the runner. So Desert Palace up next. That is going to be, I believe, our final dungeon that we have a free big key for. So Doomtap able to just walk straight into the back here. Yeah, in routes without the basement clip, you'd need to go into the front of Desert first to find the big key. That's a nice setup for that room, like keeping the sword held out. Something I've seen before, I don't think. I'll have to give that one a try. Looks like Krithel not quite getting the cane dash right here. Not sure if that's going to have messed anything else up for Spooky. Okay, looks like Spooky 2 still worked fine. Doomtap gets the single cycle Landmowers fight. The other split might actually rival the hero split for simplicity and ease in this route. I'd not really considered that. Alright, here comes Krithel's Vitreous. This is where the lack of arrows is going to be a big problem. Okay. Doomtap also doing another clip with a little bit of a hard lock risk. Once again, the trick is to never move right. And there we go. Yeah, so another map wrap there. Gets us to Ice Rod Cave. Krithel has Vitreous down. Nice backup fight there on Vitreous actually. Like the lack of arrows not punishing Krithel too badly. So now it's time for Doomtap to make the return trip to Powers of Darkness here. So we're going to see Basement Clip Act 2. So yeah, here we see after Doomtap clips into Powers of Darkness, leaving and re-entering the dungeon, which fixes our dungeon ID. So the game now knows that we're in pod. so that we can fight Helmasaur legitimately. Krithel unfortunately being being ambushed by the Igor there. Love the bouncing block we get in the second basement clip split. And also a one-cycle land rollers from Krithel. Actually looks like incredibly similar RMG. Doomtap coming to the end of the basement clip again. Looks good to me. Oh, the turtles. They're usually all hugging the right wall there. Alright, Krithel with his ice rod map wrap. Okay, that's fine. So the bomb can't actually knock you right in a way that ruins everything in that spot, luckily. Essentially, the reason you can't go right is because there's like a broken screen transition that is essentially following you, and a bomb will only ever knock you to the edge of a screen and not over it. So Doomtap done with Helmasaur. It's like there were almost 3 minutes between the two of them from Sword Up in Desert. But once again, this category can throw a bunch of surprises almost right until the very end. So definitely don't write Krithel off until the race is over. Alright, Doomtap coming up to Turtle Rock here, another dungeon that we need to kind of break into. We don't have the Quake Medallion required to enter through the front door. So instead we do what we call Turtle Rock Climb here. And then we do another Mirror Wrap. And we can find ourselves here to the back door. The door on Laser Bridge, right at the end of the dungeon. Unfortunately we do need the big key for this one, so we're going to have to do some backtracking into the dungeon to get that big key. Meanwhile, Krithel, clips out on basement clip 2. Oh, what a shame. Have to set things back up here. Nice dodge on the anti-ferry. Alright, Doomtap doing the backwards Turtle Rock now. Alright, Doomtap gets the bottom left RNG from the pokey there. It's the fastest and also most dangerous RNG. But yeah, the good thing about this Turtle Rock route here is that then after getting the big key, we're able to just mirror back to Laser Bridge, and we're right back here at the end of the dungeon. Ooh, this is, yeah, that encounter with the mini Helmasaur has not gone well. Krithel is currently encountering a bigger Helmasaur. Alright, Helma down as Doomtap enters the Trinex fight. Alright, really solid Trinex fight from Doomtap there. As Krithel comes to the end of the text boxes over in Pod. Now he can make his way up to TR. This looks like a gap of about 4 minutes after Palace of Darkness. Alright, so Doomtap now going to be getting the flippers before doing the water dungeons. Looks like, yeah, didn't quite get the... you can hop down in such a way that you can kind of like hop straight down the mountain there, but Doomtap didn't quite get it, so had to do a backup clip, and then we can come down here to Source Domain. Oh, Krithel going for the walk to the chest there without the menu buffer. Crazy. Alright, Doomtap has some flippers now, so we're going to be saving and quitting to Link's house here in order to just do Swamp Palace. Because of the early hookshot stuff we did earlier, Swamp Palace is also relatively trivial. Just need to, at least like the front part of it is, but you don't need to do anything with the lever anymore. We've done all that. We've already successfully skipped the big key by getting the hookshot using the wrong big key, the Tower of... Well, I say the Tower of Hera big key. In this route, it's using the K-State big key by being in Tower of Hera. Okay, that was kind of scary from Krithel, but yeah, luckily was able to take one hit from the laser, and then the fairy was still hanging around. So yeah, the front half of Swamp Palace here will be easy to just walk to the back. Oh yeah, Krithel's doing the fast strat in this room as well, which I think I kind of glossed over it while Doomtap was doing it. That's a really nice little strat there in the Peg Maze room. Right, so yeah, we can hook straight to that pot and grab that small key, and then straight to the back of Swamp. We get to do a trick called Diver Down. Allows us to skip putting the pot, like, or pushing a statue onto a switch in this room and then draining some water in another room by instead just clipping into this railing here and hopping into the water. There we go. I feel like Swamp Palace is the most rando-coded dungeon in this category. Like Diver Down feel like a very rando-y trick to me, and just even how we get here at the beginning of the split. Like, all the crazy stuff we do to get to some dungeons, in this case it's just like save and quit to Link's house and walk there. It's very, very rando to me. Alright, let's see if Doomtap gets the Zero Cycle Argus fight. Can we save it? No, not quite. Unfortunate. Gets a cycle. Alright, so Krithel continuing to be about one dungeon behind. Let's see if Krithel can get the little hop here that I was talking about. That looks good to me. Yeah, there we go. Alright, Doomtap comes out of Swamp here, while Krithel grabs the flippers. Looks like Doomtap's going to be going for the Ice Palace Mirror Wrap here. Again, slight hard lock risk here, but that looked like a good position for the transition from Doomtap. So yeah, there we go. Another dash citrus here to skip a few rooms in the front of Ice Palace. And now onto another trick here, Icebreaker. Can position ourselves with a block here to clip through that. So another dungeon where we can skip the big key. Not because of Cave State Big Key, just because we don't need it. We don't need to open the big door in this dungeon because of the way we skip the dungeon's puzzle by doing Icebreaker. This is actually a dungeon that we can skip the big key even in no major glitches by doing the Ice Pass bomb jump instead of Icebreaker. Alright. Cold Stair fight coming up for Doomtap. Once again, really nicely executed boss fight. Here comes Diver Down on Krithel's screen. Very good, wedges himself between the block and the railing, and that's that. Alright, let's see if Krithel can get a 0 cycle. Oh, looks like no. Oh, then we're facing the wrong way. Got to be a little bit careful here. These puffs only do 2 damage, so we can take a hit. Be nice to at least clean this up quickly here and not get a 2 cycle. There we go. Looks like a gold split. A nice pass there on Doomtap's side. So Doomtap once again going to be doing some shenanigans on the mountain here, this time clipping into GT. Yeah, as Willie's pointing out in chat there, I think Doomtap is just kind of on the fringes here of PB in their full world record pace. So this has been a very strong run. And it's currently 35 seconds behind, so it would take a lot of gaming and some good RNG, but still, just you know, even if this run doesn't end up being the world record as it probably will not, it just goes to show how strong Doomtap's gameplay has been today. Here's Krithel's Ice Palace mirror wrap. Being a little bit careful there to transition in the right place. Yeah, Krithel going to do the bomb clip version of the skip in Ice Palace. You need to be very good at the dash to save time with it. Right, Doomtap getting the upstairs arrow chest there, so we'll be able to skip the arrows after the big key. And still have enough for the climb. Strat there in that mimic switch room to do the room with like a neutral amount of hearts. Like we take 1 damage but grab a heart along the way to make the room a little bit safer, because the way we do that room in NMG costs 3 hearts, I think. And we're coming into the dungeon on lower health in this category on account of coming from a save and quit rather than directly from Turtle Rock. Alright, Doomtap entering the gauntlet as Krithel drops down into the cold stair fight. Ooh, Krithel didn't have a spin charged. Okay. Should be fine. We have a lot of health here, so just it's going to be a time loss rather than a death, hopefully. There we go. Oh, Krithel gambles wrong. When those last 2 puffs die at the same time, it's hard to know which one's going to drop the heart. Okay. Doomtap with a fire shot into the wall, but saves the 1 cycle. That's going to be... I think, yeah, going to have to grab the magic pot there. Krithel gets out of Ice Palace on his way to GT now. Being on low health in the back half of GT is not so scary in this category, because we're not immediately fighting Ganon after Ganon's tower. We are doing Aghanim's tower instead, which is a little less risk of death, and then we can get a full refill after that before Ganon. Alright, Doomtap not going for the hover, killing Mold on 2 conventionally. Alright, let's see what Aghanim 2 does for us here. Obviously Aghanim 2 coming before Aghanim 1 in this category. Alright, gets a double in the first cycle. Another double in the second cycle. His RMGs have not been great. If you can get the 3 cycle there, yeah, I think that's a pretty impressive 3 cycle with those patterns. Alright, and he gets the Clype as well. To summon the bird slightly early. Doomtap going to be doing the fire rod strats here in Aghanim's tower. Alright, grabs the fairy on the way by there as well, so any lingering health concerns are now a thing of the past. Alright, Doomtap just being bothered by every single guard in that room. No big deal. Alright, Krithel entering the gauntlet here in Ganon's tower. Fires off his last arrow, but going to grab a pot here to open up another couple of possible arrow strats. Oh, these Zazex just running all around. Alright, Doomtap entering the Aghanim fight. One of the somewhat annoying things about this category is that we have to do this fight so late. So your very good run can get ruined by RNG after you've done all the hard work. And speaking of which, there's 2 blue balls right off the bat. I hate to break it to you, but I don't think we're going to be seeing a world record today. Just Doomtap's going to continue the fight from the outer perimeter here. Alright, there's a third blue ball. Oh, looks like this is the lightning cycle, so that's going to be 3 then. As long as I was counting correctly. Yeah. Alright, the average. Hard to complain too hard when you get 3 blue balls in your race. Krithel coming to the top of the tower here. It's like he's going for the chest key. Ooh, I'm going to go for the hover. Oh, nearly got sniped, but it was just far enough over the pit to not get hit, and then did get the hover first try. Nicely done. Alright, Doomtap dropping into the Ganon fight. Looks like Krithel also starting Aghanim to double into double. Ooh, then couldn't quite get around to the right position for that one, so going to be a 4 cycle here. But it also gets the Clipe. I guess I didn't really explain the Clipe when Doomtap did it, but just like by being off the screen there, we can summon the bird ever so slightly faster. Saves a few seconds. I'm not sure exactly what the time is. Alright, Doomtap into the final phase of Ganon here. Alright, Ganon exploding. Get your GGs out for Doomtap. It's gonna win this race, and may not have been a world record for us today, but it is going to be a 107. Only Doomtap and Yuzuhara, I believe, have ever got 107 in this category, so really impressive run. It's like a race time, official time of 107.55. Yes, let's now follow along with Krithel in Aghanim's tower here as he looks to close out his run. Krithel also going for the fire rod strats on the climb. I don't think that room went quite how it was intended, though. Krithel in the race time room has said my casual playthrough is going great, but I think I think Krithel is still just about live to cut my PB, so it's certainly not that bad a run. Krithel getting a couple of balls here. It's like, I think this is going to be 3 again, unless I missed one. Let's see, again, I will find out if Aghanim dies here. Yeah, okay. So 3 balls each, so the perfect fair fight. Alright, just again on flight to go. Looks like we've been joined in the call now by Doomtap. GG's.
Hey, GG's.
So yeah, that was a pretty nice run.
Yeah, so I guess Eastern was quite bad. I got flubbed up on the citrus of all things. Probably the easiest part of the split. The basement clips were just fine. Thieves and Skullwoods were kind of bad. And Swamp Palace was bad. And the rest was pretty good, like average or better. So I'm pretty happy with the run overall.
Yeah, I mean, like
in my
getting
warm-up run.
yeah, like getting a 107 in a race is obviously pretty great. Can't really complain. Like Krithel also got blue Ganond. But yeah, it looks like your splits. You had a gold Ice Palace as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I didn't know whether I could actually gold it anymore or not, so and I think there's still some time left. I don't do the stair clip in the Lonely Firebar, and I think my mirror wrap was a little bit slow, but I'm pretty happy with that one. I don't expect to gold it again.
Alright, looks like Krithel's cannon is also exploding now, so get some GG's in again. Like he's going to be crossing the line here with a time of 1:13:40 on race time. So yeah, another solid run. Obviously, there were a few notable problems there in Krithel's run, but some very good gameplay as well. It's not easy to even finish a run in this category. It's pretty tough.
No, racing this category is the most nervous I've ever been playing this game, I think. Even though I've been having good results, that doesn't display how nervous I am, especially at the beginning. The first 2 splits,
yeah,
we know what can happen.
Yeah, like the whole early game in this category is just kind of like I feel like everything through until like after you do the low heart Thieves Town is just awful, and then after that it becomes a bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
All right, looks like Krithel's joined us as well. GG's.
Hello, GG.
GG's. I didn't really get to see what happened to Krithel. I assume there was a lock incident, and other than that, I didn't get to.
Yeah, I mean there were just like a few incidents that lost kind of a notable amount of time. There was Lonk. There was like you popped out on the second basement clip.
Yeah, that I remember. Yeah, full disclosure, I've been at a con all weekend, got back very short time ago, so I am incredibly tired. So I don't remember much of the first half of the run, but I do remember failing basement clip the second time. And then just general badness, but I mean, generally I'm not unhappy with this run. I finished it.
Yeah,
better than I expected going in. Yeah, I mean, the big one was the failed second basement clip, but other than that, it's just a lot of like everything not being great, but nothing massively disastrous apart from, I guess, Lonk, but that's going to happen.
Yeah, the guy just did not want to go to the right-hand side of the screen.
Yeah, I did. I messed up the setup in terms of like smoothness, but sometimes you get it, you hit it down right and it still just powers over to the left, doesn't care about your feelings, and it's bad news.
I don't know what I've been doing wrong, but I keep getting, when I do the dash up after the second basement clip, I keep getting a turtle on the left side, and he just knocks me out of my dash. I don't know if that's a me error or if it's just unlucky, but it happened
Yeah,
two
I don't
runs
know.
in a row.
I'd not seen that before, but yeah, I saw it. I saw it this time.
Yeah, I see it occasionally. As far as I know, I've not done any science on it, but I assumed it was just RNG.
Yeah, the same as every other turtle room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have too many comments about my run. It was mostly solid. Better than expected for a race. And I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, it looks like it went pretty well. I have to watch it back. I didn't get to see much. Doing what I could to focus on my own.
All right, then. I guess I can take over then. Big shout outs to our two races, of course. Krithel, Doomtap, great race. As you said, finishing is an accomplishment in this. So,
Yes.
thank you for the showcase and the race, and a big shout out, of course, to Rob J. Beasley for putting on the show. And that's really all there is for it for now. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had a good time, and if not, let us know. And otherwise, see you very soon on the next match. Thank you.